some deportations and some illegal immigration stuff, because we've got some really good stats to share. You know how Tom Homan and Kristi Noem and everybody involved with immigration right now they put out commercials, and they have said very publicly, if you self-deport, then maybe at some point in the future, you'll have a chance to come back. If you don't, and you're here illegally and we catch you, you're done. You're never coming back here. You never have a chance to achieve the American dream. Bye. And surprisingly, I was curious about this. And so I was glad to see this news report yesterday about the number of self-deportations that are happening. Here's the report.
Not just enforcement numbers making an impact. Immigration attorneys saying that this level of self-deportations is higher than expected.
I'm very surprised with the amount of self-deportations. I knew there would be self-deportations, but not at the level I'm seeing. Like I said, many of these immigrants are going to other countries to look for other, look for new beginnings in countries that don't have aggressive immigration laws.
Aggressive immigration laws.
Yeah, I love it.
Finally.
I love having aggressive immigration laws. Well, I mean, one of the things that if you see that ad from Kristi Noem, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, she's just like, listen, you leave and then you may have the chance to get in here legally at some point. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, you're screwed, man. So if you want to do it the right way, leave, bye, go now.
Yeah.
And so hopefully
it's working.
It is working. It is. Yeah. So,
which is amazing. And the numbers, and we've shown stats on this in previous shows, like the drop in illegal immigration attempts right now, it's staggering. Almost nothing. It's absolutely incredible. Staggering. Yeah. And the people that are the happiest about it are Border Patrol, and God bless them, because they have had the shittiest existence for the past 4 years.
Right.
So here is Border Patrol talking about what a different world it is for them now.
DOD support that we have not only in Texas with the Texas National Guard, but the DOD support, putting our agents out on the line instead of processing, detaining, and babysitting duties has really changed everything. It's amazing what the policies of President Trump have done. Remain in Mexico and ending catch and release. It's something that President Biden could have done. He said he couldn't, but President Trump did it without congressional action, and he's doing a great job. We're out there, and it's a really good thing for us.
That's fantastic. I love seeing that. You know, because can you imagine having that job? That job, it's such a thankless, just an awful job. I can't imagine having to do that every single day. God bless them.
Yeah, it must. I mean, I can't imagine how much easier their jobs are now, knowing that they have full support behind them. It's just, it's got to be so much better. And of course, Tom Homan, there's just nobody like him. He was on Fox being asked about the fact that there's all these judge and court orders that are trying to stand in the way of their deportation flights. And so he was asked by, is it Lawrence? Who's the guy on Fox? Is it Lawrence Jones? I never remember his name. I love him.
The cute black kid.
Yeah.
I think it's Lawrence Jones. Yeah. I think
Jones. Okay. So he was asking him, so what's your response to all of these judges and all of these court orders? And the response is everything that you want it to be. Take a listen.
Of crossings.
You're going against the judges now. What's next?
Another flight. Another flight every day. The teams are going to be out there every day. Every day, the men and women of ICE are going to be in the neighborhoods of this nation arresting criminal, illegal alien, public safety threats, and national security threats. Lawrence, you're not going to stop us. We made a promise to the American people. The President Trump has made a promise to American people. We're going to make this country safe again. I wake up every morning loving my job because I work for the greatest president in the history of my life, and we're going to make this country safe again. I'm proud to be a part of this administration. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. And I believe it. 125%. He is excited. And that's what we need. Somebody who's excited to do their job every single day. Fantastic.
Yeah, just amazing. And then he was also, there's all this controversy about the flight that took all of the Tren de Aragua people to El Salvador. And now there's this fight with the judge and the court, and this federal judge is just being an absolute monster. And so people are saying, I can't believe that Trump is using this 200-year-old law the Alien Enemies Act in order to, to excuse or to justify that flight. And Mark Halperin had a great point on Twitter yesterday where he was like, amazing. The journalists are all parroting talking point that the Alien Enemies Act is an old, rarely used law. But in 2017, when the Obama administration used the Logan Act, a much more dubious, never used law, as a predicate to spy on an elected president, no one thought that was abnormal. Which I thought was a fantastic point.
Yeah, exactly.
And then leave it to Tom Homan again to have the biggest mic drop moment yesterday. Here's what he said about that old law.
You say to those who claim you're using a 200-year-old law to circumvent due process?
An old law? Not as old as the Constitution. We still pay attention to that, don't we?
But some would say this is...
How many more times do you plan on deporting El Salvador?
I just love him so much. But laws, if you think about laws, have and always will be a buffet to liberals. They just look at laws like a buffet, and they're not. They're not. So they're just like, will that serve me well? And it's like, what do I feel good about that law? If I feel good about it, then it's a law. If I don't feel good about it, like immigration, if I don't have feel goods about it, then it's not a law to me. A law is a law. Period.
just God, I wish he could be cloned. I just wish
right?
so much he could be cloned.
Protect that man at all costs.
For real. We talked weeks ago about this ridiculous trend too. Everybody's mad at Trump. All the liberals are mad at Trump about wanting to deport illegals. And there were all these people that were saying, well, then Republicans are not allowed to eat Mexican food. Remember that ridiculous trend? Well, I didn't realize that this is still a thing, but it continues to be a thing. This was a video that was going around socials yesterday.
Mexican restaurant, and last night I had a MAGA table come in.
Oh.
Wearing the hat and everything. And I just thought, why are you here? This is not for you. You don't get to enjoy these flavors in this cuisine that comes from a country whose people you're trying to kick out.
No, oh my God.
This is not for you.
Oh my God.
Go home and eat some unseasoned chicken and green bean casserole like God intended.
God, you're a complete moron. I don't know where she lives, but in my neighborhood, lots of Mexicans. Okay. I'm the minority in my neighborhood. And I can tell you there's lots of Republicans. I'm a precinct chair here. I can see who votes. It is majority Republican here. Lots of Mexicans, lots. And so I guarantee you that there's a lot of MAGA Hispanics in this area. A lot of MAGA Black people in this area. So what, are they just going to stop eating Mexican food because that chick tells them that they have to stop eating Mexican? What is that? And
I have zero desire to deport any Mexican Americans, right? Like that. I don't want to do that. I just want to deport anybody who's here illegally. And that doesn't matter where they're from. If they're not legal, then they need to leave.
It makes my head hurt. It just makes my head hurt. They don't understand the difference between legal and illegal. And they don't, and it goes back to the whole, if you're a woman, you can't be a conservative. If you're a Black person, you can't be a conservative. If you're Hispanic, you can't be a conservative. You're an idiot. There are lots of women and Black people and Hispanics and gay people and even transgenders who are conservative. Go figure.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.